All right, folks, welcome back to PrepperNow. We're going to do a follow-up on the drone thing and a little bit more. But like to thank all the new subscribers. Like to thank all the people that have clicked onto that video. Like to thank YouTube for actually putting it out into the larger ecosystem of the algorithm, whatever the heck you want to call it. Kind of crazy, but this whole story is kind of nuts, and so I just want to kind of start out. I actually have a lot more to add. It's confusing, and I think what was basically put out yesterday might have a very, it's problematic that this is what kind of makes the most logic, but it really, to me, does. And I try to go about things in a logical way. I don't want to be hyperbolic or anything like that. Of course, I know I'm going to get people. If I loved your comment, I love everybody's comment. I don't care what it is. I don't have the time to read through all that stuff. So I know some people said, you're being conspiracy theory and all this. Clearly, there's something going on. Okay? So it is what it is. Clearly, there is something going on, and I want to know. I want to know what's going on. I don't live too far away from this area. I live in, Central Maryland. So let's go through some of the addeds. Now, this one I added to my Subscribe Star and Locals yesterday. All links in the description if you need the other stuff that I do: X, Twitter, Minds, Gab, Truth Social, and such. Subscribe Star and Locals. Are also things I do. I've got nice communities there, as well, of course, as the growing community here of members, because I get out some good information. And this is from Dawn Fantasia, a New Jersey assemblywoman, on the mysterious drone thing that's going on. She said, just left a New Jersey State Police HQ. Now, this is why I think this is interesting. It's one thing if it's like some dude grilling, steaks, and he looks up and sees things. These are New Jersey State Police. Okay, so I don't know about you. I'm gonna take what they have to say with a level of seriousness. But she's there at the HQ, and New Jersey state legislators relating to the unexplained drone sightings in New Jersey, and these are the 4 points that she makes. Number one, we know nothing, period. To state there is no known or credible threat is incredibly misleading, and I informed all officials of that sentiment. Number two, state authorities, including the New Jersey State Police, are shackled with what they're able to do. Any interception or takedown of any UAS is under the strict jurisdiction of the federal government. So they couldn't even take these things down at a state level if they wanted to. At this point, I believe military intervention is the only path forward. There will be no answers in the absence of proactivity. Okay? U.S. Coast Guard seems to be the most likely to intervene based upon our briefing, but even that component was shrouded in mystery. And, of course, the big thing is the shrouded in mystery. Why are they so shrouded in mystery? What is it about this? It is true that the United States government, federal, is the ones that should be doing taking this down or doing something. And we all know, if you have any basic level of understanding of our military and what they're capable of doing, they could go and interject or intercede or whatever the heck the proper term would be, and nothing's happening. So what does the White House say? Well, they've dismissed many of the New Jersey drone sightings as regular planes flying legally, stating that they have had found no evidence to verify any of the drone reports. So even though you've got all this stuff coming out, all these different people talking about it, people in Congress talking about it, and it is a bit of a shiny object, but there's a lot of conversations about this. Something's going on. So to say no evidence to verify any of these drone reports, okay. So what does the FBI and Homeland Security have to say? Well, they issued a statement today about these things. It says, at this time, we have no evidence that the reported drone sightings pose a threat to national security or public safety to have a foreign connection. FBI, DHS, federal partners, in close coordination with the New Jersey State Police, continue to deploy personnel and equipment to investigate the situation and confirm whether the reported drone flights are actually drones or some manned aircraft or otherwise inaccurate observations. They go on to say that historically we've seen these cases as a mistaken identity, okay, and they're actually planes and such. So they go on to say that they support local law enforcement agencies in New Jersey with numerous detection methods, but have not verified any reported visual sightings with electronic detection. The available images they're saying they look to be manned aircraft. A lot of people have said that here too. They said, well, look at these lights. It's red and green, and this is all from, air traffic control type of signaling and stuff. So, which is great. That's why it's important to go into the comments. You guys have a lot of great stuff. That's why I included the gentleman's tweet the other day, or last night. So, they go on to say there have been no reported or confirmed sightings of drones in any restricted airspace. Take the threat posed seriously, blah, blah, blah. New Jersey will investigate reports. They have not detected any such malicious activity or intent at this stage. While there is no known foul play in New Jersey, reported sightings there nevertheless highlight the inadequacy of the authorities' efforts. I agree with that. There is an inadequacy going on. So today, December 12th, 2024, White House says that these drones are manned aircraft, okay? They are not unmanned drones. That is the official statement, December 12th, 2024. So they've been unable to provide information of these, now they call them UAPs, and the term is unidentified anomalous phenomenon. Cool, big words. So, confirmation that these are not U.S. military owned, and they are not a known threat. So, okay, who are they? What are they? They're just planes. Planes fly over. I go out and I do a nice walk every day. There's planes flying over me. I don't think they're drones. You have a pretty good idea. These things are obviously quite lower to the ground than things that are up in the air. So to call them manned, I don't think we should shoot them down, but we should, just in case it is an actual person that's just jacking around, or, people say it's a hobbyist or whatever. Maybe it's not. Guns Coast to Coast had a great video earlier today. He said he got in trouble because he was flying a drone above Lunken Airport, and he got over 500 feet, and they freaking contacted him. So clearly they have the ability to see that, and that was just a regular old, for fun drone, like a 2x2. These things are the size of Volkswagens. Okay? Yeah. So the White House communications advisor says we have no evidence at this time of reported drone sightings, national security, or public safety threat, or have a foreign nexus. Okay, so they're saying it's not foreigners. DHS, Department of Homeland Security, FBI, are supposedly investigating this, working closely with the locals, state and law enforcement, and provide resources, blah, 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 methods to understand their allegedly unknown origin. Okay. So what about the Coast Guard? People mentioning the Coast Guard. Are they doing anything? Well, Coast Guard is providing support to the state of New Jersey, and it's saying that there's no evidence of any foreign-based involvement. But supposedly these things are tailing the Coast Guard. Okay, well, are they coming from international waters? So, yeah. Are they in restricted airspace? Congressional officials have said that there's some strange things going on. Pentagon's, that's a problem. All these people they're all saying different things. So, and then tonight, breaking, the New Jersey State Police report that unidentified drones are using a frequency that they cannot be detected. So you can detect a frequency, but you can't detect like what is that? They're using a frequency that cannot be detected. What does that even mean? So you know something's going on, but you can't detect it. Okay. Satellite footage reveals that there are these Iranian mothership drone carriers. It's been, documented before in military news, which is why I got onto this story, because I do more military stuff. But the carriers exist. It's just they're not near New Jersey, as it stands right now. So, what is it? Well, one guy by the name of Jay Anderson says, I'm hearing from multiple sources in the military that the reason why the drones are not being addressed appropriately, and I think that's a good way, they're being addressed, but everybody's given a different answer. They're not being addressed appropriately to the public is because they are U.S. drones and they are being deployed due to a threat of a biological or nuclear attack. Now, I cannot confirm or deny that. There's a lot of people that are going to say that's conspiracy theory. The most concerning thing is that you've got congressmen going on to Fox News and saying one thing, but then you've got the Pentagon saying another, but then you've got DHS saying another, then you've got the FBI saying another, you got the White House saying nothing to see here. But then you've got the New Jersey State Police coming out and saying, yeah, they're using a frequency we can't detect, and we don't know what these things are, but there's something there. We see them. So I don't know, folks. I'm as perplexed as I was last night. So what should we be worrying about? There's a lot of people like, this is a shiny object. Yeah, if you're a regular subscriber here, you know that I like to talk about financials and stuff, and a lot of problems are going on with our food and with our debt. And so I just want to give a little update on this, because as we're sitting here watching drones, price of eggs has gone up. So a quarter of the November rise in prices for final demand goods is attributed to a 54.6% jump in the index for chicken eggs. If you are getting chicken eggs, you might want to figure it out how to do them. If you are a prepper like I am, I like to get eggs and then whip them up and freeze them. As I said, I forget what, I think it was on the Crisis Report, my other channel, youtube.com/@crisisreport. You take eggs, you whip them up, and you put them, spray down a muffin pan, and you fill up each one of those. It takes about 1.5, 2 eggs, and you freeze those into little pods, and they will last for 6 months, a year. So if you're trying to prep eggs, that's the way I would recommend doing it, unless you have the ability like we do, where you get fresh real chicken eggs from chicken houses and you can glass them, which of course is really good too, but you need hydrated lime to do that. So prices for fresh and dry vegetables, fresh fruits, melons, all that stuff, non-electronic cigarettes, residential electric power also increased. So basically everything. In contrast, the index for oil seeds declined 4.7%. Prices for diesel fuel and for primary basic organic chemicals also decreased. So whatever that means. So much of the PPI report today was much higher. And the percentage of those rising on an annual basis is at 80%. These are underlying components of the producer price index, which is for inflation. This is the raw materials it takes to make stuff. It's going up, 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 up. But good news, outgoing Treasury Secretary, Fed Chair, Vice Chair, Janet Yellen, who was Trump's nominee to be her successor, of course, who was in with Trump for a while. I think she was. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Whatever. They had a talk with her, and Yellen is really sorry about our debt going up by a whole crap load. So, she's sorry. And she has been giving warnings that the Federal Reserve independence is going to be challenged, and that she regrets the fiscal situation because I guess tapping on 10 to 15, I think it's 15, 16 trillion dollars in her term of debt onto our books is a problem. So she says that what research has shown is certainly that what I see from my own experience is that countries perform better. They have not only inflation performance, but real performance in terms of job creation and growth is also stronger when a central bank is left to use its best judgment without political influence. So, folks, she's sad that our debt went way up, but you know what? We need to live. The people, they're smarter than you. Smartest people in the room still doing their stuff. Can't make this crap up. So go buy eggs. Go buy all the things. Make sure your dairy is up to date. Go get a cow. Because everything is going up. And then, after that, we're going to have our fiscal situation crap the bed. We're going to get up to $50 trillion probably by the time, this time in about 5 years. And there's not a darn thing we can do about it. So, yeah, good luck. So, if you're not prepping, well, I don't know what to tell you. If you're not prepping by now, you just can't be reached. So, all right, there's your update. God bless, friends. We will see you on the next one. Hit up the links in the description. PrepperNow out.